Hi guys, welcome back to episode 7. I know it's been a little while, but we're back with the football. We're joined with Jake. How you doing, mate?
How you doing, pal? You okay? Good
Yeah, not
morning.
too bad, mate. Yourself?
Oh, brilliant day, beautiful outside, ready to start football.
Definitely. And I think the best talking point is there's a certain European Super League the Big Six in England decided to get involved with.
European Super League, we've not heard of it. It's not been in the news recently. Not heard anything
No,
about it.
I just
To be honest,
I remember
Jordan,
going off on one about it.
Jordan, to be totally honest with you, I am sick of talking about the European Super League. It's been on for a week, and I'm sick. It's Sepp Blatter's attempt to get back into football, and it's failed miserably, thank God.
Yeah, what I can't get my head around is Florentino Perez still thinks it's a good idea after all these teams pulling out. I think there's him, Barcelona, and AC Milan left in it. Go and
I
enjoy your
can
league.
I can understand Barcelona in some aspects is because they need money. Barcelona are in a ton of debt and they need the money. Joining the European League was guaranteed to make at least 100 million, so they need that money. They are skint. They have no money. Florentino Perez is a footballing gangster. He is. He's horrible. He is horrible. So I get why he tried to bring it in because Real Madrid. It seems funny, Jordan, that Real Madrid, all right, they knocked us out of the Champions League. Fair enough. That they want to join a Super League when they have the poorest team they've had in years. All right, then the semi-finals, whatever. Right, they could win it. This might bite me on the bum. Right, they've got the poorest team they have in years. They're not going to win. They're not going to win the Premier League. They're not going to win the Spanish League because
It'll be hard to win Premier League, won't it?
No, Spanish League because they're going to win the European. They've got Atletico Madrid are favourites, as we said earlier on in the season. It just coincides with Real Madrid's slight decline. If they win the Champions League, I will eat my words. That's fair enough. Hold my hands up.
But, you heard it here first.
No, but it's true. If it just coincides with their decline, that's what makes me think about. And Barcelona are in front of the debt. They need the money. I can totally understand why the Spanish teams want this to go ahead, but it's not going to, which is great. And even if it does, English teams, United, Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea, City won't be there, which is great.
Yeah. What surprises me is you've got teams where you thought there was a bit of integrity there, Liverpool, United, even City to a degree because of what they've done for like Manchester. But then all of a sudden didn't give a damn about the fans, all the players for that matter, because I don't think the players nor coaches were giving any insight into this European Super League. Because I remember Jurgen Klopp's interview,
Yeah,
and he was oblivious.
Yeah, I've got to say one thing about this. I can't speak highly of Manchester City's position in this. They were the first team to come out. They were the first team to drop it as soon as they got bad press. City have been admirable throughout this whole process. City and Chelsea, the first two, they had been brilliant. They pulled out straight away. When the fans didn't want it, they acted straight away.
Just a quick one on that, arguing your point there. Are you sure that's not coincidental, the fact that both in the semi-finals of the Champions League and they could face punishment?
I never looked at that. I never perceived that, but I just gave them the benefit of doubt, which is a very good point. But I think they acted really fastly, and other teams dragged their heels, especially United and Liverpool. But I still think that's a very good point, Jordan. But I just think that the way in the manner that both City and Chelsea reacted has been brilliant, really. It's the only good thing about this, what's come about. And the other good thing about this is fan power. The fans have been amazing.
100%.
Every club, especially Chelsea fans. I have to say this. Doing a march in protest with COVID restrictions, whatever. Chelsea fans were brilliant. They really were. They were adamant that they didn't want this league. Liverpool fans, it was hurt for them, especially during Hillsborough week. It's Hillsborough next week. You don't do that. You're the owner of Liverpool, and the 15th of April, I think it is, next week. No, it's just gone. Sorry, it's
Yeah,
just
just
gone.
gone.
Just gone. You don't do that. It's really, really poor timing. Any other
Yeah.
week, any other 2 weeks, it's just terrible. It's a mess.
So, get your thoughts on this European Super League as a Liverpool fan. What do you think of your owners, and have they gone down in your estimation, or
To be
what's
honest
your
with you,
thought?
Jordan, it's I can't. Before this happened, I couldn't speak highly enough about the FSG group. They were the perfect owners in my eyes. They were outside looking in, let Jurgen run the club and let football people running the club. And then when this came around, they thought about money, as every businessman would do. And I have to be honest. Over the last 3 seasons, Liverpool's record in Europe and in the Premier League has been amazing. The amount of money that they've spent has been brilliant. I don't like faulting our owners. I'm not one of these people that say it's untenable. They have to go, like Jamie Carragher said, for Sky. But you can't have a short mind about this. You can't have a short memory. They have done so much in 3 years. They have made one blip. I give the benefit of the doubt. I'm angry with them. I don't agree with it. But in the last 3 years, they have been so supportive of a team that was very, very mid-table. Let's be honest, not a great team whatsoever. To a team that won that finished second in the Premier League and then won it, finished second in the Champions League and then won it. So you can't really say get our owners out, because Liverpool fans who did that have short memories. 5 years ago, Liverpool were mid-table, and now maybe not so this season. They were challenging. Let's be honest, last season challenging, but so you can't. I feel sorry for the owners. Put it that way. They made a mistake, and that's it.
Yeah, it's one that's gonna bite them on the backside hard, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and I totally get people's unrest. I get Liverpool fans unrest. I get Chelsea fans unrest. I get that. I really do get that. But for our owners, who's backed Jurgen Klopp every step of the way, gave him money and whatever. I know Jurgen Klopp went against him, which is great for him, but I don't think their position is untenable. I don't think they have to sell. I think they will need to generate money into the team, especially this season. But I feel a little bit sorry for the owners, to be totally honest with you. They were just joining a trend, and it went wrong. Had it gone right, it would have been brilliant. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can't really sit here and say slag off our owners, who's done so much for Jurgen Klopp and so much for the team in the last 5 years, and then just say, oh yeah, this team signed Andy Robertson from Hull, right, for £3.75 million and won in the Champions League. You can't say better than that. Do you know what I mean? That's brilliant business. So I'm not going to sit here and slag our owners off, because they made one massive mistake in respect to the bigger picture. Looking at the bigger picture, they've done all right. So
yeah. Would you say Jurgen Klopp would have left the club if he'd carried on with the European Super League?
Definitely, 100%. And I think there would have been a lot of unrest amongst Liverpool fans, me included in that. So I think as well that ethically some players would have left. I think Mane would have left. I think Salah would have left, and I think Van Dijk would have left. So it would have ruined us, basically, I think. But I definitely think it would have ruined the club.
It moves on to like what type of punishment should these clubs be expecting now? Because surely they just can't get away scot-free from this. They've made a massive unrest in English football, and you think of some of the decisions that have been made for teams that have been in worse positions than them because of their owners. Surely these big six are avoidable of punishment.
You know what I would do, Jordan?
Go on.
I would fine the number of the big six 100 million, which is guaranteed. The most they were going to get was 100 million for joining this league. 600 million, and divide it between the rest of the Premier League. Divide it between the rest of 14 clubs. £600 million from the top to the bottom, from 7th to 20th. Give them a share of
But it's one of them as well, though, isn't it?
That's what I would do.
I kind of get your point there, and I see where you're coming from. But you've had teams in worse positions that have received points deductions. I know people are saying, yeah, but it's not the players' fault, it's not the fans' fault. But you try telling that to teams that have gone in administration because of their owners, where they've like suffered points deductions. My team included there, Bolton. Like, it's not our fault that their owners.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that as well. That's another way to do it. If they got a points deduction, that would be fine with me. I'd agree with that. So yeah, either or.
Well, let's not pay over things like this new Champions League system is just as bad as the way the European Super League would have been. Like,
yeah,
it's terrible.
It's just masking a bad problem, really, and it's not been sorted for years. You thought this new president of UEFA coming in would have kind of kick-started that. I honestly believe that this Gianni Infantino, I think he's called, I actually thought he was going to come in and revolutionise football, but he's not. He's made false promises.
I mean, it's just no one wanting to line his pockets in that respect. But this new, like, I think it's 36 teams now coming into the Champions League from 2024. You'll have your normal qualifiers, but you'll have also, I think, 2 spots of teams that didn't make it that are going to be put in based on like their history or Champions like history. So where's that become the Champions League?
It's crazy. It's called the Champions League. I think actually one thing I would bring back if I was the head of UEFA is the European Cup.
Yeah,
and then just have the Champions. I think what they should do is bring back the European Cup Winners' Cup. So the winners of every division, the Italian, the Spanish, the English, the Netherlands, whatever, go into that cup. And then from 2 till 5 down comes the Champions League. The European Cup Winners' Cup is the biggest. Put money in create the European Cup Winners' Cup again. It was a brilliant competition. I don't know why we got rid of it.
They've got now I think it's the UEFA Conference League as well coming into place, where it's the teams that won't make Champions League or Europa League will still have a taste of like European football. If they win that, they go into Europa League. Don't get me wrong, that's a good idea. No, getting other teams into Europe that haven't had a taste of it because they can't qualify.
I disagree with this. I really, really disagree with this. Why are we rewarding teams that finish 8th? What's the point? Do you know what I mean? Like, first top 7, that was brilliant. Why not with it, right? I really disagree. If you finish 8th, you finish 8th. You're not as good as the other 7, right? And you deserve to finish 8th. You shouldn't go into European Cup.
You're missing the point there.
Say again.
I think if you finish, I think, you know, when you'd have your normal Champions League spots, Europa League, I think it's either 6 or 7. I get your point. Like, if you're going further down the league, you should have a European competition for every place.
That's what I think. That's what I think personally.
I think some of this is if you get in the Europa League and you get beaten, you qualifiers, you'll drop into this. Like, same with the Champions League.
I just disagree with it. I like the form of the Champions League and the Europa League, and that should be it. That's my opinion. It works the way it works.
But why should teams who get beaten in the early rounds of the Champions League go into Europa League?
No, but I get the Champions League to the Europa League thing. I get that because Champions League is the be all and end all in football. If you achieve the Champions League, you're in the Champions League. You're in the elite. So if you drop out of the elite, you get a chance to try and fight for something more than second and get back into the Champions League. I agree with that. I just don't agree with rewarding teams the chance to go in the Europa League. I don't agree with that. In my opinion, I don't agree with that. So that's where I feel, because
it's been missed with the Champions League, isn't it?
Pardon?
Champions League should be the Champions League. Shouldn't be 1, 2, 3,
it should.
4.
No, it should. It should. That's what I agree with. I agree with that.
Like it was back in the day where you had to win your league to qualify.
Yeah, no, but that's why I think the European Cup Winners' Cup was brilliant. That should still be in play. Forget the Super League. Bring back the European Cup Winners' Cup.
I used to like the old format of the UEFA Cup. Don't get me wrong. I can say that because I watched Bolton in it. But
yeah, I did.
It's what we call monopolising in it and trying to make money in any opportunity.
Definitely. And
it started back in like '92 that with the Premier League, and I think this is where people have missed the point. You can go on about Super League, this and that, but it's been happening for 20 odd years.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I like the idea of the European Cup Winners' Cup. That was brilliant. That really worked. That was fantastic.
Have you been watching much of the footy recently?
I watched the Champions League, unfortunately, which
Yeah.
is great. But yeah, I watched the Champions League. I've not really. I've looked at the Champions League. I've not really caught up because everything's just kind of been forgotten about because of the ASL, and it's always in the news. It always is. Even now, even though it's finished now, it's still in the news. So
Yeah.
the footballing world before, like the elite, has kind of been overtaken by this nonsense of a competition that isn't anymore, thankfully.
Yeah, I know it's a weird one because no one likes it, but it just shows the impact that some clubs do have on a world football, doesn't it? On a
Yeah,
global
it's crazy.
stage.
It is crazy. It is crazy, and it was a competition that was run by gangsters, and it was about Sepp Blatter's reputation, trying to build that back up, and it just didn't work. And it was funny, really. It was quite humorous.
Do you think he has some plan in it, like the Super League?
I think you have to remember the fundamentals of football. The idea of going to a park and kicking a ball around with your mates and having a bad tackle. And the beauty about football is you can play in your back garden, you can play in the park, you can play in free spaces. The whole point of football is to be enjoyed without money, without little money or whatever, buying a ball, whatever. So this Super League, it was just about money. It was about greed. It's about making the rich richer and making the poor poorer. So it goes against everything to do with football. So I totally disagree with it.
You know, one of the best.
I can see. One last thing. I can see it from an entertainment point of view. The best playing the best, but other than that, I don't get it.
The best theory I heard about it was UEFA put this together so they could get everyone talking about it, so they forget about the Champions League proposal. It's like, that wouldn't actually surprise me, but I don't think they're actually at fault for this one.
No, I don't get that as well. It's crazy, isn't it?
Your season's filtering on top four now, isn't it? Whether you can get into the Champions League.
But to be honest, Jordan, this was always going to come. I said at the start of the season, I'd like to retain the Premier League, but I'm not too bothered.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest, Jordan. The one that really hurt me, and I'm actually getting emotional talking about it, is the FA Cup. I'm sick of teams, except City. I have to give an Arsenal credit. I'm sick of teams overlooking the FA Cup. Yeah. If we would have had a quarter-final, semi-final run in the FA Cup and finished top 4 or top 5 even, that would have been a success for me because we've played so well for the last 2 seasons. So to get into the latter stages of the FA Cup and finish top 4 would have been amazing. But it's been overlooked. It's crap. It's rubbish. We've always done it every single year. And I don't know why.
Yeah, who would you say your top performer's been this season?
And going out to Man United really hurt. So, yeah, that really hurt.
Good old Bruno.
Who'd you say then?
Who would you say has been your top performer this season?
Andy Robertson, 100%. Absolutely brilliant. Andy Robertson has been, he's not really had an injury. He's always kind of been there or thereabouts, playing quite well. Not superb, not badly by any means, but he's just been pro-effective and he's just been up there. Andy Robertson's been amazing this season.
I know we're on the back end of the season now, and I asked you earlier on when we did the podcast, who's your player this season? Who are you going with? Big Foden?
No, I'm going to change my answer. I'm going to say Gundogan.
Good shout.
But I was thinking I would give it Foden if Gundogan was injured. Put it that way. But I think you have to go off. I think it has to be Gundogan. And remembering Sergio Aguero this season, and I wish he would have played more matches.
Yeah.
I understand that Pep has got rotation, or they're going for 5 trophies now, or 4 trophies now. I understand rotation, but I would have liked to see Sergio Aguero do something. But I do still think that he will score in a final.
Yeah, do you think it'll be a Champions League one?
I've got a feeling he might score in the Champions League final, and he might win the Champions League final. So that's my only hope. If he gets to a final and scores, that'll be brilliant. It really will.
Be a fitting way to leave that, wouldn't it, for a City legend from City?
Oh yeah, that's up there with Colin Bell and everyone like that for City, and it would just be amazing for him, and it'd be amazing to watch as a football fan.
Yeah.
Whether you like City, hate City, love City, whatever, you can't deny that seeing Sergio Aguero playing in the Champions League final for City the season before he moves and scoring and winning a goal or setting up, that would be beautiful. It really would. After this season, it would be beautiful.
Yeah. Where do you think he's off? A lot of people are thinking Barcelona, aren't they?
Barcelona wouldn't surprise me, but then again, looking at their current financial situation, I can't see it. I think he will go back to Argentina, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah, speaking of players that have made a resurgence this season, you got to look no further than Jesse Lingard. Man's been quality since he's been West Ham.
He's been brilliant, hasn't he? He's one of them players, Jesse Lingard, who was he struggles at big clubs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you look
he had a good season, didn't he? A couple of years.
Yeah, he did. But do you remember when Andy Carroll signed for Liverpool? And he signed for 30 million.
Same season as Suarez, that won it.
But this was never going to work in my eyes because Liverpool don't play with the number 9. And that's the reason why he left. But as soon as he left for West Ham, he was scoring goals again. And that's the same thing with Jesse Lingard. He left a club where he was it was filled with glittered with talent, and he couldn't shine. And as soon as he's left, it's just been brilliant. And watching West Ham under Moyes, it's been awesome.
Yeah,
really,
the turnaround there has been phenomenal, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Try to think now. What do you think your top four is going to look like come the end of the season?
Top 4, well, obviously Man City. Man City, Man United.
It's a battle, isn't it, for 4?
Man City, Man United. How's the table looking at the moment?
I think Leicester won last night, so they've put a stamp on 3rd.
I think
Chelsea play West Ham.
I think Man City, Man United. I'm going to stick my head out here and go City, Man United, Leicester, and West Ham.
Yeah, I'd like to see West Ham miss out.
I think we'll finish 6th. I do think we'll finish 6th.
I think the pivotal game for West Ham is Sunday's match versus Chelsea, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's going to make this up for, but I do think Liverpool will finish 6th.
Give credit to him as well. Tuchel's done well since he's come in. He seems to revamp him.
He's brilliant. And that semi-final against City was such a good watch.
Well drilled performance from him.
It was brilliant. I was gutted because I put a tenner on City, so I was a bit gutted, to be honest. But it was brilliant to watch. It really was. I caught the second half. I finished work and I caught the second half. It was a solid performance that from Chelsea.
I'll tell you one player that he probably does get the credit now, but he used to get a lot of stick because he seems to be a favourite, was Mason Mount, but he's a phenomenal player, isn't he?
Yeah, I've always rated Mason. I've got to be honest. I have. He's a class player. He's got a great haircut as well. I've got to be honest. I've got a great haircut. So yeah, he's done really well. He has done really well, Mason Mount, and one for England's future.
Mason. If you had to choose Mason Mount, Foden, Grealish, Maddison, who you're taking as your
Foden.
You didn't let me finish there.
No, I don't need to. Foden, sorry.
Yeah,
love him.
He's your first choice, but are you picking out that you have to take 3? Are you picking?
So is it out of Foden, Grealish, Maddison,
and Mason Mount?
So I'm taking Foden definitely. I'm taking Maddison, and I'm taking Jack Grealish.
Oh, it's a difficult one, that.
Yeah, but
Foden's a given.
Yeah, Foden's a given, but I think Maddison's been brilliant this season. I really do.
He just lets himself down at times, though, with his idiocy.
It's his final ball, and his decision making lets him down as a number 10. But I think he deserves to go, and I can't wait for the Euros. I'm so excited.
Yeah, definitely. Just a quick one there. I forgot about Jesse Lingard. Would he sneak into your?
He has to be a consideration. He has to be a consideration because he's played so well this season. To not reward him with an England place would be a disservice. So I think he has to be because there's a massive consideration to go to the Euros. It wouldn't be fair to leave him out. Put it that way. And
I've got to touch on a club called 33 FC. You probably might have heard of him. Our season starts on
Yeah, just
Sunday.
over there.
Got our
yeah.
first game against Irlam Vale. What are your predictions for it?
Well, I think you had a really good pre-season, during from what I've said. Couple of tough games, so I'm just gonna go. I think I think you'll win by 4 goals, and I think Jay Dutton will be man of the match because he always is.
It's a great shout, that.
He always is. Let's be honest. So,
we've got
that's
Jay to thank here, if you're right.
Yeah. Hi, Jay.
Well, yeah, it's been great talking to you, mate. It's been good to get the podcast back. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you. Can I just say one more thing?
Go on.
To hell with the European Super League. See you later. Bye. Take care,
I'm
buddy.
in agreement.